Episode 2, Retaliation looks like this: ignored, isolated, and punished for speaking out. After I spoke out, the care changed. Not officially. Not in policy. Not in a way you could immediately prove. But it changed. The buzzer started ringing longer. The nurses stopped smiling. Their eyes passed straight through me, like I was invisible. Medications came late, sometimes not at all. And the warmth? The humanity? Gone. I was no longer seen as a patient. I was labeled a problem. This episode is about what retaliation really looks like inside a hospital. It's not loud. It's not written down. It's not recorded in your file. It's quiet. It's calculated. It's cruel. It starts in the eyes. The way they stop making contact with you after you file a complaint. The way they start calling you by your bed number, not your name. The way your room suddenly becomes the one they avoid entering unless absolutely necessary. The way nurses who once laughed with you begin walking past you in the hallway like a stranger. I didn't imagine it. I lived it. And I documented every single moment. After I began emailing hospital executives and external bodies about the negligence I experienced, the shift in behavior was almost instant. Staff who once offered me yogurt or tea stopped speaking to me altogether. Nurses who once adjusted my pillows or checked my pressure areas suddenly disappeared from my care. My buzzer was answered last, or not at all. It got worse. I started receiving noticeably smaller portions of food. While other patients received hearty meals, mine seemed reduced. Fewer potatoes. Less meat. A single piece of fruit when others got two. I didn't say anything at first, maybe it was just a coincidence. But the pattern continued. One day I asked, why is everyone else getting yogurt but I'm not? No answer. Another day I said, can I have a shower? We'll see, they said. They didn't. And then my personal items began disappearing. I had a full shower basket, brand new shampoo, conditioner, body wash, razor, deodorant. I brought it in with me from home after my family visited. Everything was placed neatly in the communal shower room for patients like me who can't carry their own items. The next time I went to shower, it was gone. All of it. No one knew where it had gone. No one helped me look. No one apologized. I reported it. I told nurses. I asked staff. No one followed up. I had no shampoo. No body wash. No soap. For days. I had to use a dry cloth and water. Then my daughter had to come in and replace what was stolen, again. And then the bathroom itself. It was filthy. No other word for it. The day I was pushed into the shower area, the floor was slick. The bench stained. The drain full of hair. Bits of toilet paper stuck to the tiles. It smelled like urine. It hadn't been cleaned in days. Yet they wheeled me in anyway. No explanation. No concern for my hygiene. No dignity. I said, this hasn't been cleaned. The nurse shrugged. No gloves were put on before adjusting my pad. No towel was offered after. No privacy. Just silence. The message was clear. You spoke up, so now you get the bare minimum. The medication delays started becoming more noticeable. DD meds, those you legally need within a specific time frame, were late. I'd ring and ask, has it been signed off? They'd say, we're short-staffed. Yet I watch other patients receive theirs on time. I was assigned nurses I had previously filed complaints against. It wasn't an oversight, it was strategic. They would send in the very same people who ignored my pain, withheld care, or failed to treat me respectfully. One night, I saw a nurse who had previously raised her voice at me appear on the whiteboard with my name under her hair. She didn't speak to me once the entire shift, unless it was to hand over meds. One of the worst nights was when I was denied bowel care for 2 consecutive days. No suppository. No enema. Just nothing. I rang. I asked. They said, all noted. The next nurse came, and said they hadn't been told anything. My body bloated. The pain intensified. Still, nothing. I began noticing who got priority. It wasn't the loudest. It was the quiet ones. The passive ones. The ones who didn't myself when I could. The wet floor under the shower chair? I'd roll back into my room soaking. One time, they forgot to return the shower chair at all. I couldn't bathe again. I told myself, maybe it's just oversight. But deep down, I knew better. This wasn't random. It wasn't a scheduling error. This was systemic punishment. And it's more common than people think. In hospitals, retaliation doesn't come as a confrontation. It comes as a whisper of silence. A slow withdrawal of compassion. A smile that vanishes. A service that skips you. A delay that leaves you suffering, just long enough to remind you you're not in control. This episode is for anyone who's ever felt punished just for telling the truth. You weren't imagining it. You were being taught a lesson. But I won't let that lesson define me. They isolated me to break me. They ignored me to punish me. They assigned the same stuff to re-traumatize me. They stripped my dignity, my items, my care. But I turned every silent moment into evidence. I wrote it down. I time-stamped it. I built a record. And now I'm building a movement. Because I will not be silenced. Not for surviving. Not for speaking. Not for daring to ask for basic human care. This is episode 2 of Dusk Ember, the Hidden Truth series. Retaliation looks like this: ignored, isolated, and punished for speaking out. Microphone emoji. Follow the fight on Instagram, at Justice for the Forgotten 2025. Collision emoji. Patreon launching soon. Support this mission and help amplify voices that deserve to be heard. They tried to make me smaller, but I got louder. And now, they will hear me.